Roy Calhoun's wife, Lita Barron, accompanied her husband on location in the Canadian Rockies. She brought her 16mm movie camera with her. They didn't have tape machines in those days. And she stationed herself where she wouldn't be seen so that she could make her own version of The River of No Returns. Her version was a little bit different from the Otto Preminger variety because she was directing. So on her days off, they shot additional scenes that made Roy Calhoun the hero of the film. Did you recognize Tommy Redding? He played Robert Mitchum's son, Mark. He was already a veteran of several westerns when he was cast in River of No Return. He also had the distinction of being Marilyn Monroe's youngest date when he escorted her to the premiere of his picture, The 5,000 Fingers of Dr. T. He went on to television fame as Jeff, the little boy in Lassie. And some people wonder whatever happened to Tommy Redding. It's not a happy story. Like so many child stars, first of all, he was unsuccessful in continuing his career into adulthood. And then, in the early 1970s, he was arrested for growing marijuana on his California farm. And a few years later, he was sentenced to 5 years in federal prison on cocaine smuggling charges. Now let's look at this.
Next on American Movie Classics, Marilyn Monroe stars as a woman guided by delusions. Richard Widmark and Anne Bancroft co-star in Don't Bother to Knock. Next on AMC.
Premiering Sunday, September 9th on American Movie Classics.
That's nothing.
A famed detective faces a baffling case.
Sir, Lemarage, you are my only witnesses.
Join Albert Finney, Ingrid Bergman, Lauren Bacall, Sean Connery, and an all-star cast for the transcontinental classic thriller Agatha Christie's Murder on the Orient Express. Premiering Sunday, September 9th at 5:30 p.m. on AMC.
You're getting all dressed up to go out and buy tickets. Why?
Sure. I'm meeting somebody. Just anybody handy, as long as he's a man.
There's romance, mystery,
Be at the place as soon as it opens.
It's a date.
and murder at a honeymoon haven by the falls.
He's alive. He was standing right here looking at me.
Marilyn Monroe, Joseph Cotton, and Jean Peters star in Niagara. Monday on American Movie Classics.
Well, look who's home. Carmen Jones.
American Movie Classics proudly presents Oscar Hammerstein's version of Bizet's opera Carmen, directed by Otto Preminger.
If I chase you, then you get caught. And once I got you, I go my way.
Dorothy Dandridge and Harry Belafonte star in this classic tale of a love turned cold, Carmen Jones. Tuesday on American Movie Classics.
I love you, my beautiful princess. I love you.
I love you. I can't live without you.
I love you. I love you. I love you.
Love is in bloom, and Maurice Chevalier is planting the seed.
I brought you over here because I want you.
Oh, Countess.
I want you to keep as far away from me as possible.
Countess, I'll try.
Jeanette MacDonald and Myrna Loy co-star in Love Me Tonight, premiering Wednesday, September 12th at 9 p.m. on AMC.
Star quality. That's what American Movie Classics is all about. Bringing you the giants of the silver screen in their most enduring roles. Screen greats such as Clark Gable. We'll be back with more on Gable after this.
Here's a classic offer from the channel that brings you 50 years of Hollywood. It's American Movie Classics Magazine. Each monthly issue takes you back to Hollywood's heyday with colorful features, photos, and fun. Plus American Movie Classics program listings and movie descriptions. To order, send check or money order for only $11.95 to American Movie Classics Magazine. Post Office Box 2065, Marion, Ohio 43305. Order American Movie Classics Magazine today. The magazine classic movie lovers love.
He is known in film legend and lore as the King. Clark Gable, a star who to this day mesmerizes audiences the world over with his rugged masculine charm. William Clark Gable was born in Cadiz, Ohio in 1901 and came to Broadway in the late 20s, an awkward and inexperienced young man. He learned the basics of his trade on the New York stage, and in the early 30s, under contract to MGM, moved on to Hollywood. At first, Gable played insolent heavies in a number of films, and in 1932 starred opposite Jean Harlow in his first true classic, Red Dust. Then, in 1934, he was loaned to Columbia Pictures and won an Oscar for his performance in the classic, It Happened One Night. From there, Clark went on to become one of the most popular stars in the world. His good looks and rugged charm made him the favorite of female fans. Yet his screen image as a man's man with courage and strength made him just as popular with the men. The high point in Gable's career came in 1939 when he starred in his most renowned role as Rhett Butler in Gone with the Wind. For over 3 decades, in more than 60 films, Clark Gable, who passed away in 1961, secured his place as a giant of the American cinema, a man who truly possessed that unique star quality.
You're watching American Movie Classics.
American Movie Classics presents Newsreel Theater, featuring rare newsreel footage of historic people and events.
To marry him knowing full well a fraud would inherit the throne of Mycenae.